No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I am bringing you guys a very fascinating insight to a man who I've become sort of fascinated by on Instagram.
Yeah.
CuzBruh is in the building.
Tight shit.
How you doing, man?
I'm alive, man. I'm breathing.
Yeah.
I'm breathing. I can't ask for more.
Yeah.
I can't ask for more.
That's good, man. You got a nice little kit in front of you here. We got the ocean spray.
Right. We got the ocean spray. We got the
Double
DD. Yeah, that's DDG right here. Designer Drug Gang. That's my brother's material. We got
DDG.
Yeah, we got Land Shark. We got custom jeans for my man Self. So everything's custom. This is my man Harvey J.
Okay.
Y'all know who Harvey J is. Anything's possible.
Oh, Harvey J.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. And so the bathrobe, or is it fair to call it a bathrobe?
It's definitely a bathrobe.
Okay.
But I feel like just like how Crocs are universal now. Universal now.
The bathrobe.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like a more involved bathrobe than what I'm normally used to with bathrobes.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. See, when you're dealing with Harvey, man, you got to be more extravagant just the regular average Joe shit. You got pockets.
Oh yeah, see.
You know.
I actually feel like it might not be that great at drying you.
No.
It's not that kind of material.
I don't think silk is, right?
It's silk?
Is it?
I don't know. It don't look
I'm
like
not
it.
the manufacturer, but I love the product.
Wow, yeah.
Sure. And then we got the Fat Boys. Got to have the Fat Boys.
Yeah, you be smoking a lot of loud, huh?
Absolutely, bro. Got to.
Nice.
You smoke loud, right?
I'm all about smoking loud, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to get and fire it up then.
That's how I'm going to survive this 24-hour stream of Crib Mac that I'm doing after this.
Burn it down.
Yeah. Are we live for members?
Oh, no.
Oh, we're supposed to be, but whatever. Okay. So, yeah, man. So, okay, let's do a little bit of the early story. So, where are you from?
I'm from Durham, North Carolina.
Right. Okay. And you still reside around there?
Oh yeah, we live in the Bull City. Been out there since I was a little kid. I ain't never left.
Nice. Okay. And what was it like? Do you grow up in the hood or what?
Oh, I mean, you could say, you know, because the projects out there isn't too big. The city's not too big itself. It's a growing city now. You know, not comparable to Charlotte or Raleigh, but you know, the hoods and the suburban areas are very, very close. And I stayed with my grandma for shit show as, you know, about 8, 9 years old. And when she passed, we went straight to the bricks. So ever since then, you know, just growing up in the urban environment, you know, this would it'll turn you into.
Really? Okay. So do you have both parents around or not?
Yeah, hell yeah. 2-parent household for shit show.
Okay. What were your parents like?
Pops was a Rolling Stone. He died from cirrhosis of the liver because he was a heavy drinker.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he you know, you grew up in the 80s, you know, you didn't know those drugs were bad for you.
True.
So he grew up in that time frame for sure. Mom's like a hippie.
Okay.
Mom's definitely a fucking hippie.
Were they aware of what was going on in the streets?
My mama listened to Ludacris.
A lot of people listen to Ludacris when I was growing up, too.
Listened to Ludacris, man.
It does get a little hot in here, right? I was kind of thinking that when I saw you come in with that.
I had to come in style, then I'm about to get comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
With my man Adam, bro.
Yeah. You gotta get comfortable with me. Okay, but so she listened to Ludacris, but they weren't involved in any criminal behavior or anything?
See, we can probably sit here for about 3 or 4 hours talking about my family history. Wade Remington, who's my daddy's second cousin, my first cousin, got caught with the most cocaine in North Carolina back in the 80s.
Oh, shit.
You know, half of my family's some Hells Angels. You know, we got a little bit of mixture of everything, some trailer park trash, and then we got some high-end embezzlement bankers, stuff like that, you know. Okay. So, yeah, this is criminal history for shit show.
Definitely.
For shit show.
Were you always, like, drawn to the streets, or when would you say you jumped off the porch?
We got thrown into the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, poverty hits everybody. You know, even with 2-parent household, you could still suffer and then have to, you know, move into a circumstance where you need to save money and, you know, downgrade a little bit. And that's what happened with us, you know, especially when grandma died. So we definitely had to, you know, figure that one out.
Wait, so your grandma died and that kind of messed up the financial situation?
It up, but it's just like, you know, she was the backbone of everything, you know, especially to the high, you know, the monarch, you know, so she kept everything together. And after that, everybody was on their own, and you know, we had to move. So
so you guys moved more towards a rougher area at that time?
Yeah, we were right in a rougher area for sure. But most of my friends, again, they're so close, right? So most of my friends are from that area we ended up moving into anyway. So we was already, you know, in the mix type stuff. But then once you move out there, you know, you definitely about to be in the mix.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. So when did you first start getting in trouble or getting involved in the streets?
I say my first charge was stealing and stuff like that. You know, small charge. I ain't got no felonies, and you know, I ain't, you know, everybody has their story, you know, as a kid growing up, you know, when they stole and then they started getting into stuff like that. We stole because we was hungry. We didn't have nothing, you know, and mom and pops out working. Mom inside, take your ass outside. We in one of them generations.
Right.
So it started from stealing and stuff like that, and then, you know how it progressed.
It's crazy now because I was like just watching this interview of like people just talking about stealing from the grocery store, and they just talk about it like it's a victimless crime, like not a victimless crime, but like as if you can't get in trouble for it, as if it's so not a big deal. I'm like, bro, when I was stealing out the grocery store when I was a kid, I was terrified, and like they were really gonna arrest you for that shit.
Yeah. That was my first charge. First time being in the back of a police car stealing candy, for sure. But I mean, you know, I made a promise then. Say, you know, I don't want to get caught no more. Ain't gonna catch me no more.
But you didn't pledge to stop doing crimes, but to just not get caught.
Yeah, I pledged to get better at it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So where did you kind of go from there?
Man, we did all kind of stuff, man. You know, we did all kind of stuff. We did breaking and entering. We did robberies. You know, we stuck people up. You know, everybody does crime in a certain fashion. You know what I'm saying? To a certain point, ain't nothing to brag about. It's just some of the stuff we did. But now we're to the point where we're like, you know, a lot of people don't make it out. They tell the story for shit show. So you know, we happen to be here, and you know, thank the Lord for sure. So it's like looking back on it, ain't nothing to boast about. And plus, it's like, when you get older, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Yeah. Especially when you have kids.
Yeah.
Especially when you have kids.
Definitely. We can get into all of that for sure. But so okay, did you ever actually? When did you first become a gang member?
Gang member? I was never a gang member.
Oh, okay. I was just assuming because of the CuzBruh thing.
Nah, CuzBruh comes from. I was a rapper at first, and it was a long name. It was Lil Boss Hog, Kinfolk, Shotty Main, Lil Big CuzBruh. And first I was Baby Main to shorten it down. Baby Main. Okay. And then once that was put to the side and I became a family man, I started doing the clip stuff and going live, and I was trying to think of a name, and I just chose CuzBruh out of that. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with everybody, you know what I'm saying? And you know, being from the side we are, I don't choose sides. You know, I fuck with Bloods, I fuck with Crips, I fuck with folks. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? Well, we mainly started doing it just for music because we was just about the music at first. So that's how that came about. I was never no gang member.
Was there a lot of gang activity where you were growing up though?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The studio, my first studio was at like for I was like 12 to 15 years old, and the gang unit, you know, marked my house as a gang affiliated meeting area or some dumb shit like that. So
because you were hanging out with gang members there, or they?
Yeah, because I had a lot of traffic from the studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this back in like 2003, so it's abnormal to have a studio back in 2003.
Right. Yeah. No, I guess that's a good point. But okay. But what was the direction of the music and everything like that at that stage?
You know, just like everybody else. Everybody got their story of an old passion or hobby they used to do and you just pick up. I took it serious though. You know, we got nominated for the Carolina Music Awards. We did a little bit of traveling, but we were pretty decent at it. And my brother went to Full Sail for science and engineering, so he got a little background in that stuff like that, right? You know. My daddy said, if you don't do it all, you shouldn't do it at all. So we try to dip our hands in everything. Right.
Yeah. How far did the music actually go in terms of success or popularity before it kind of went in another direction?
So like for instance, I had a YouTube channel called 100 Proof Cartel TV. And this is like 16, 17 years ago. And I was out with a camera recording, doing interviews, going to the hood, recording artists that was coming to the studio and stuff like that. And kind of doing away. That's when I met my wife. 15 years, 5 kids. So you know, I chose a family.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Over the music side of things, what you felt like you had to make a choice?
Yeah, I had to.
How come?
I said because it put you on the road. You can't be there. You know, you can't. It won't paying bills. You know. Yeah. And not saying I wouldn't believe that it would pay bills, but at the time, as a young teenager with child, you know, I'm not thinking like
that's real.
Yeah. So I'm just like, shoot, I got to figure something out to maintain this first, and then I'll get to it later.
Definitely.
15 years later.
When did you start smoking weed?
Shit, I was 10. Shit, my cousin Bo at the race car shop had me a joint. He said, you ain't got to listen to your mammy.
In retrospect, how was the weed you were smoking?
Oh, shit, back then, man, Reggie Miller, 2005, man, shit. Yeah, that was a good back compared to these days.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So,
Yeah.
especially being out of Cali, I'm fucked up in Cali. I ain't gonna lie. This weed out here got me died.
Really?
For shit show. Fat Boys, man. Fat Boys got me fucked up for sure.
Is Fat Boy something from out here or out there?
Fat Boys everywhere.
Oh shit.
It's on the way.
We all got a little bit of Fat Boy in us.
Oh, yeah, just... You quick. You
Caught
quick.
myself
You
there.
You your feet.
Yeah. I hate when someone says something pause-worthy and I miss it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm ironically pausing.
Ironically,
Because I actually think it's stupid as fuck, but, it's like...
Yeah, it's a two-way street for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a two-way street for me. You see Mace and them now, they got like a whole pause channel. Dedicated
do?
to Mace, yeah.
Dedicated to pause?
Not Mace, what's
Cam.
his name? Guy up there with Dave
Dame
East.
Dash? Oh, what?
The guy with Dave East and
Jim Jones?
And Jim Jones.
Oh, okay.
Who's the other guy? Mano
and
Mano.
Fabulous on that podcast?
Yeah. They got a fucking dedicated pause page for this motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like he's just feeding into it at this point.
I've known multiple podcasts that had to ban the use of pause over the years.
Got too much?
Yeah, it just gets kind of ridiculous at a certain point. It kind of fucks up the flow of the podcast, especially when everybody has to fake laugh at it. It's kind of like you either fucking fake laugh at it and it's just awkward, or
unless it's a good one though. It's a good one.
Yeah.
But these days, man, it's just so washed.
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna fade eventually.
But I feel like that's my problem, is that I think the ones that I do are fucking hilarious, and I think a lot of the other ones people do are stupid as fuck.
Trash.
Yeah, like if Lush does one around me, I'm not.
Oh, it's Lush. He's fried.
Yeah. But okay, so was there any reservations about starting to do the social media stuff, or how'd that come together?
Oh man, that just came out the woodworks, man. Pretty much my nephew, he plays Fortnite, he streams and stuff like that. And I'm always talking shit, coming to my nephew in them house. So all his friends in the background was like, man, he need to stream, he need to be on here talking shit. So we just end up doing it, and we kind of came up with a formula where we was gonna be like, all right, we're gonna shoot for a week, and then we're gonna post next week. And while we're posting next week, with scheduled posts, we're gonna be filming again. So kind of like a job where we're gonna have a cycle going.
Okay.
But before the first week was up, the college kids that I ran into, my first viral clip that brought me back into it, or brought it to super life, was the college kids, and they asked me how long I've been married, and I said 13 years, and one of them said, F-. So like the Kevin Gates scenario. Yeah, so it was one of those clips that just went crazy, and it was like a hashtag, who's this?
Okay.
And then the second one was with the and it's kind of hard to say. I know you're edgy, right? Your podcast is edgy, but the term of me saying it was a black African American kid that told me to start acting black, and he was gonna piss him off. And I told him, I said, start acting like a female. That's gonna piss me off.
Right, because he was zesty as.
You get what I'm saying? So I pulled the Uno reverse card, they say.
Yeah, I just see that one.
Yeah, so that's the Uno reverse card for shit sure. That one was the second one that went viral. And then, fast forward maybe 6 months, here we are, just being consistent, making content. I got my nephew now, just like I did back in the day. I ran a studio. I found him. He's running the studio. He's doing exactly. He's just like a mirror of me, just trying to help him and guide him. So I got this concept of Uncle Neps. Like we're in the Unk season right now.
Right.
It's our job to reach back and guide the next generation up and coming for sure, even if we got power or not.
Right.
So he's one of them. Just kind of just diving back into engineering, producing, doing content, and
Have you dealt with a lot of accusations of being a wigger over the years?
Yeah. So wigger or wigger, you could argue to say context of using the A.
I'm just now getting into saying wigger on the podcast and not feeling weird about it, because I feel like
it's
so close to the other one.
Yeah,
that it has always kind of felt off limits, and then recently I'm I've seen so many people saying it that I'm like, all right, I guess I was
responsible, actually.
But you can't be like the W word.
Or what about the E or the A? Is there argument there?
I do think that that's a thing. But 1090 Jake posted a Instagram reel, and it said it's that current trend, show yourself when you were a wigger.
Yeah.
And he posts all these clips of him back in the day or whatever, and I commented, and I'm like, bro, you're still a wigger. And he goes, the hard R is crazy.
Yeah, I seen that. The hard R was crazy.
Which I honestly didn't think about, but I guess.
You feel bad?
Huh?
You feel bad?
Not really.
No.
I mean,
You're just like, fuck it.
It would have been awkward if somebody in my life was like actually offended by it. Like, I don't know. Because like, you know, you want to apologize, but I don't know if I would have been able to apologize with a straight face.
Well, back then it was sort of like a derogatory term towards white people that were.
Yeah, I would say it still is, but people have kind of grown to like appreciate it.
Yeah, now we are. You know, just same way.
Because we don't take ourselves as serious as we did in the 90s or whatever, where like, if you call me a wigger, like, what are you saying? You're a white guy that is like appreciative of black culture. Like, all right, sure.
It's a form of an endearment now.
Yeah. I mean, the offensive use is just like, you're someone who doesn't even know who you are because you're such a fucking retarded white dude that you actually think that you are something that you're not.
The seesaw ones.
Yeah. That's like
the seesaw ones for sure.
The negative usage.
You think it's hard or easy to identify the ones to like this one's validated, this one's not? You can just tell.
I mean, life is just all about being self-aware. And people who aren't self-aware are always just going to be kind of cringe.
And easy to identify.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to be cringe on purpose.
But you can like totally fuck with a nerd that knows he's a nerd. But if it's a nerd who thinks he's like a thug, it's hilarious. It's like embarrassing, you know? Or if you're a nerd who like thinks that he's a Casanova, but really he'd be scaring all the girls.
Yeah, he really believes it.
That's like the root of like humor right there, is like someone who thinks they're something they're not.
Absolutely. Sad.
This definitely ain't lit. Oh, you know that hit where you're just like sucking like tobacco air or like weed air, I guess. Okay, so where were we? So okay, like what's your day-to-day life like at this point? What do you do?
It's very drastic, you know. We did some test runs. We went to Cleveland, then we went to New York. So we feel like we have a formula that can work on the road.
Okay. Doing what on the road?
Content.
Okay.
You know, collaboration is a big that for us. You know, brand deals is obviously where everybody goes for I pay for the bills when monetization isn't. You know, because social media sometimes or doesn't pay, right?
Right.
So that's pretty much the aspect right there. Like, you know, we run a couple channels. So we kind of do like promotional ad revenue stuff for different companies and stuff.
Word.
Yeah. Nice.
So will you just go on this monkey app?
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. That's the original thing that we do. We do something called random chat, and I do it on lives. It's sort of like how TikTok is too. It has it, but it's not as popular. And there's a few other ones.
It's called random chat.
Yeah, that's the genre of it, like random chatting with random people.
And are these safe to do on stream?
No, absolutely not. There's two ways to go about it. With Twitch, if something happens on there that isn't with the guidelines, you're gonna get banned for sure. Right.
Kicks maybe more open-minded,
for sure. Kicks a little bit open-minded. So normally we do something called a black screen, where we have a black screen kind of already, you know, and then a delay for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that way you can just censor it out and then bring
that
it out.
Makes sense.
But that's why I don't really promote. That's why everybody asks, like, when I don't never see him live. That's the reason, because it's like I don't want to capture something crazy.
So you feel like if you promote it, that people are gonna fucking go there and show you their dicks on purpose? I guess honestly,
it's a wild world on there. And
I would almost even want to do that, like just to fuck with you.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I can see the appeal. Yeah,
there's a lot of you on there.
And have you seen a lot of dicks by accident like this?
Everybody has. It's a known thing, right? Yeah. That's why there's a black box for it, to hide that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's wild, man. It's a wild west out there for sure.
But it's crazy too, because like you can't even trust somebody. You could just be talking to somebody and they can just pull their dick out.
No. You know what? I'm a great identifier for that. Like,
you got to be on point for that.
Yeah, for sure. Like you can tell, because you got like you got the ceiling people. You know, first you see the ceiling, just get up out of there.
Oh, because that means they're about to
you know, just bam, quick as you can.
Got it.
Right, and then when we see, you know, minors, quick as you can, go up there.
That was the thing I was thinking. Yeah,
report it. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, because they're not even allowed to be on.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I feel like it's a duty. You know, it's my job. I'm the hall monitor. I don't report.
Right.
Get it out of here.
Definitely.
For sure.
Definitely. So what's like the craziest shit you've ever gotten into in your life?
In my life?
Yeah, give me a wild North Carolina tale.
Ooh, a wild North Carolina tale. I don't know, man. It'll get me into a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Wild. North Carolina's not really wild, man. It's just wild people. You know, North Carolina is a very diverse fucking state.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's from coast, you got mountains, then you got the ocean. Y'all got mountains and ocean together. We ain't got that shit. But we do have mountains, and then we have Piedmont to the fucking oceans.
Right.
And forest land, whatever. And then little baby cities, but only two. Charlotte and fucking Raleigh.
Okay.
Kind of like our biggest cities. So
right.
There's stuff to do, but not really.
Yeah, I got in a really bad car accident in Rocky Mount.
Rocky Mount?
Yeah.
What happened?
Middle of the night, driving back from Florida to New Hampshire, and it was like raining, but it was like we start to see like a lot of cars like slowing down and shit, but we're like going real fast, and so I start slowing down, but then all of a sudden I realized that the ground had like frozen over, and I start skidding, and I fucking just blast the car into the back of an 18-wheeler because we weren't able to slow down, and just totally fucked it up. That was like the only really bad car accident I ever had in my life. Yeah, it was just, I didn't have any like actual injuries, but I just hurt so bad for like days after that. I was so sore I could barely move.
Carolina for a couple days before you get up out of there, or what?
Yeah, honestly.
How was that experience for you?
It was I don't know what the fuck we were doing. We were just in a hotel room, just like laying there the whole time because our bodies hurt so bad from this car accident. It was
you went in the hospital?
Huh?
You didn't go to the hospital? Oh, you can't get
Nah, we didn't go to the hospital. But yo, actually, honestly, out there, that was like one of the first time I really seen like real deal racism right in front of my face.
What are you talking about?
Like a white dude gave us a ride from the auto body shop to the hotel. He just gave us a ride.
What did he do? What did he say?
And when he's giving us the ride, he just goes, yeah, I could take you to this hotel right here, but there's a ton of N-words there, so I'm gonna drop you off at this other one a mile down the road. Yeah, he just dropped it on us, and I just like was not used to that at all. And me and my friend just like look at each other like, whoa. Like we didn't say anything because he's giving us a fucking ride, so I figured I'd just hold my tongue. But yeah, that was so. Why, there's a lot of racism out there?
Yeah, for sure. So the South.
Okay.
Anything below Dixon line, you know how to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been on the receiving end of that?
All right, I get a crazy story. No cap. So I still have a warrant out in Mississippi for it, so I still talk about it, but it's not a federal warrant. So back in the day, we did a show in Jackson, Mississippi. We ran out of the community center. My brother was in the Navy at the time, so he was stationed out there. So we had like his whole little unit come out there. We did like jello shots and all kind of shit. It was a nice little party. We had to pay the sheriffs to be there per said how many people. They ended up getting pissed off. Whoop the whoop said we had to shut it down. Got mad at us. This motherfucker was telling us that we need to tell everybody to disperse. And I was like, nah, y'all paid the police and be here, so y'all tell them to disperse. We're leaving. We was trying to count money and go. And he ended up catching an attitude and said some dumb shit like, take your Yankee ass back up north. I'm like, bitch, I'm from North Carolina. I live below the Dixie line. You're geographical illiterate. He got mad and was like coming at me. I turned around. Next thing I know, I woke up. He had shot me in the back with a taser gun.
Oh, what?
Yeah, this is in Mississippi.
So what'd that do? You just like collapse?
Yeah, I just woke up, bro, on the ground, bro. And that motherfucker had his foot on me. Pulled the motherfucking tasers out, goddamn hog tied me. They put me in the back and shit. They beat my ass too.
What the f?
But shit,
they hog tied you and beat your ass, and then what?
Cause I talk shit, and especially cause I was getting in trouble with the law when I was younger too. So I used to talk shit all the time, especially when it was like, what does this tattoo mean? What does this tattoo mean? This one mean f your mom, and this one mean f your grandma. You know, shit. I was just rambunctious, rebellious, right? So with them in Mississippi, it was different. I tried to talk some shit to that motherfucker. That bitch opened that door and hit me with that motherfucking stick. I shut the hell up. I swear to God. Jeez. It was different.
Wow.
But yeah, as soon as I made bond, I ain't never went back. I still got out there.
Wow. That's crazy.
Fuck Mississippi.
Goddamn.
Still love you.
So what are you trying to do with the content shit going forward?
Man, I'm just trying to go up. Adam, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm just trying to go up, man. I'm trying to get with Aiden Ross, man, and do some brand risk deals with him.
Oh, you want to fight somebody?
Hell yeah.
Who you want to fight?
Whoever, man. If it pays the bills, bro, I'll whoop ass or get my ass whooped doing it.
You think you got a squabble or what?
I'll squabble for shit show.
Wait, you got any boxing training?
Yeah, I got street fight training.
Okay.
A little bit in me. I can get right.
Nah, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, for shit show.
Who would you want to fight? You got anybody in mind?
I always thought Patty Supreme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do Patty. Pause.
Definitely pause. I know Patty, but I don't even know if he's doing the boxing shit. Honestly, I haven't heard anything about him in so long.
Yeah.
I went to Florida and watched him box fucking Boot Gang.
No. Would you ever box Bergen?
Nah.
Why not, man?
I don't think I got a future in the.
In the now if you game. If you really fucking thought about it, right?
Uh-huh.
You really put your mind to it, ate right, did good, worked out, got in shape for it, you wouldn't do it?
I just think, like, even if I really gave fighting my all, it's just not really.
It's not a fighter, ain't
yeah, it's not really. And also, like, when I was training for that fight too, it shocked me how much it took.
Why'd you do it then?
Money, but it shocked me how much it took my focus away from the actual podcast thing. You know, like it just really was.
It turned you up a little bit, right?
Huh?
Got some attention to you, turned you up a little bit.
It was fun for a little bit, but it was just overall probably not a good use of my time. But
Yeah. Ain't gonna spend the block on the boxing. Gotcha.
For sure. All right. So, what else do you want the people to know?
Shit, man. My name's CuzBruh. I'm from the South, from Durham, North Carolina. You know, I feel like we're the biggest in the city, and we can say that for shit show. We got DJ Cutter, the biggest DJ in North Carolina. We got Tristan Reese, the biggest upcoming artist in North Carolina. You get what I'm saying? TJ the Barber, he just cut Finesse, the celebrity barber. He just cut Finesse 2 times. Biggest barber in NC. We're just trying to go for the biggest.
Right.
You know? And we're just trying to bring everybody together at the same time and show them how to do content, make money off of it, do it the right way.
I like it. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anybody you'd like to thank?
God first.
Shout out God.
Shout out God. Shout out God. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Hugo, the biggest comedian. By the way, this is the biggest comedian right here in NC, North Carolina. He been out here in LA. How long you been out here?
Probably 16 months, something like that.
Nice.
Trying to stay connected in, man. My boy Harvey J right here, the biggest content creator right there.
What's up, Harvey?
Anything is possible. God, the Versace robe God, you know, the king of Durham for shit show. You know, passing the torch, you know. We all just gotta see, North Carolina got a problem with trying to collab with each other.
Really?
They always trying to beef with each other.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's hard to create a community out there. I feel like we're gonna change it. You feel me?
Definitely. All right, man. CuzBruh. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, gang.
Much love.
You know what?
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Persist up.
Check out CuzBruh on all social media. Let's go.
Let's do it.